Only on Tuesdays.
But it's Sunday.
Sunday.
On this channel. Wait, no, that's on Monday, isn't it?
No, this one will go up
WWE.
on Wednesday.
No, let's talk about the WWE stuff.
No, I was thinking monster trucks.
Oh. Welp.
Hi, I'm Llytic.
I'm Tom.
I'm Lugigi.
I was gonna say you're gone fishing.
Got him. Yep.
And we welcome to What Are We Reading? We are still going on with Midnight Sun.
Because
The
of course we are.
angst never ends.
Yep.
It would be terrible to just be eternally trapped as a teenager. Like, ugh.
Yes.
I think that's the whole
Yes.
point.
I mean, I know, but still. Why is Bella
After being
at the end of
crushed by a truck.
At the end of Twilight, Bella getting turned into a vampire? Why is that the good ending?
She gets to spend all her time with her hubby.
Yeah, so that he doesn't have to watch her grow old and die without him.
Okay, I guess that's a better ending, but even so, eternally a teenager. Ugh.
No, if memory serves, they did wait till she was like 20.
Well, that's some.
She would have been
comfort.
she would have been like what 17 in the first book, 17 or 16 in the first book, and
Okay.
how many books are in the Twilight Saga?
There's like 7, I think.
Twilight Saga, 5. Okay, there's 5 films, so 4 books.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get 7?
I don't.
So that
know.
means that it's and if it's like most, it's probably roughly around a year per book. So that means 4 years. So yeah, they would have waited till she was probably about 20, or right around 20.
2021, one of the two.
Well, I think it was relatively early in the last book, so about 20. Because it was, she got turned as a result of the kid being born and like basically shattering her spine in the process.
Ow!
Good lord.
Yeah.
Hey, brutal.
Also, the cesarean section from hell.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's start on this. Exposure. And this certainly wasn't going to help, but there was no way I was going to allow the van to succeed in its second attempt to take her life.
Oh, is this when he goes out and does the thing like he saves her from the car or whatever?
I just said that, yes.
You might have cut out on my end. I didn't hear you.
And like she hits the fucking ground, if I remember they said last time, right? Like she
Yeah,
hits her
he
head.
mentioned something about her hitting her head on the ground or something.
That's all we need to do is read on, and the answers will be unfolded before us. I dropped her and threw my hands out, catching the van before it could touch the girl. The force of it hurled me back into the car parked beside her truck, and I could feel its frame buckle behind my shoulders. The van shuddered and shivered against the unyielding obstacle in my arms, and then swayed, balancing unstably on the 2 far tires. Oh, Lord, I hope they have insurance.
I don't know if insurance covers vampires.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah,
Vampires. We've seen it. We've covered it.
Oh, God.
If I moved my hands, the back tire of the van the back tire of the van was going to fall onto her legs.
Oh, for the love of all that was holy, would the catastrophes never end? Was there anything else that could go wrong? I could hardly sit there holding the van in the air and wait for rescue, nor could I throw the van away. There was the driver to consider. His thoughts were incoherent with panic.
I don't blame him. With an internal groan, I shoved the van so that it rocked away from us for an instant. As it fell back toward me, I caught it under the frame with my right hand while I wrapped my left arm around the girl's waist again and drug her out from under the van, pulling her tight up against my side. Her body moved limply as I swung her around so that her legs would be in the clear. Was she conscious? How much damage had I done to her in my impromptu rescue attempt? I just hope it's not like a Spider-Man Gwen Stacy thing where it's like he tries to catch her but accidentally breaks her back. That would be terrible.
Oh, did that happen?
Yep, in the comics and in the second Amazing Spider-Man, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah.
I let the van drop. Now that it could not hurt her, it crashed to the pavement, all the windows shattering in unison. Jesus, did you toss the car on the ground? You only lifted
Possibly.
up probably like how? He's not like hulking it out right now. He's like lifting it away. That car's glass should not shatter like that.
Well, it's an action scene. If I've learned anything from Michael Bay, more explosions make it better.
It's glass shattering, not exploding.
Yeah, Transformers. Remember when Bumblebee set off that one pulse that shattered all the windows in the car lot? It made the scene infinitely better.
No, it didn't.
I know it didn't.
Nothing about that scene was good.
I know. I'm just they've
You have a
got
concerning definition of better.
Then everybody died. The end.
All right, well, see y'all for next fanfiction.
Oh shit! Did I actually get the right stones?
No, you didn't.
Shit. Aria still has them, doesn't he?
I don't know. Maybe.
My van drop. Is it my line?
No, you just read the
Oh,
window
y'all just been
shattering.
talking. My
Yeah.
bad.
No, it's not your bad. It's technically our bad. So.
I mean, I stepped out to get a drink.
Oh. Okay.
I knew that I was in the middle of a crisis. How much had she seen? Had any other witnesses watch me materialize at her side, then juggle the van when I tried to keep her out from under it? These questions should be my biggest concern.
Should being the key word here. But I was too anxious to really care about the threat of exposure as much as I should. Too panic-stricken that I might have injured her myself in my effort to protect her. Too frightened to have her this close to me, knowing what I would smell if I allowed myself to inhale. Too aware of the heat of her soft body pressed against mine. Even through the double obstacle of our jackets, I could feel that heat.
How far off the ground did he lift the car?
Exactly.
That's my question.
That's a good question.
Because depending on how high of an angle that side of the car dropped from, it could break the windows, but...
It's because it's cold outside right now. The windows are a bit more brittle.
But yeah, like... I can't imagine that if it was just, like, a couple inches or something, it would have happened. It'd have to be a couple feet.
Yeah.
And it'd have to be all at once that it hit.
Well, it says the car stayed kind of on the ground and rocked back a little bit, so like it couldn't have been like that high. And even if some of the windows had broken, it would have probably only been the windows on the one side that had come back down. I mean,
Congratulations, you covered the owl in glass.
Like that new Salad Fingers episode.
Oh God!
I haven't seen that one yet. I haven't actually.
You're just a glass, brother.
I actually haven't seen all of Salad Fingers. Honestly, I know what it
It
is.
just came out.
I know, but I
Like
haven't.
that episode. It was like the weirdest fucking thing.
But I have never sat down and watched the series start to finish. Like I saw the game theory or the film theory episode about it, but that was about it.
I watched it before. It's creepy.
It's supposed to be, I think.
The first fear was the greatest fear. As the screaming of the witness erupted around us, I leaned down to examine her face to see if she was conscious, hoping fiercely that she was not bleeding anywhere. She had an entire indent inside her head.
Her eyes were open, staring in shock. She vomited up a pellet.
Bella, I asked urgently, are you all right?
Hoot! I'm fine, she hooted, the words automatically in a dazed voice.
Oh.
Relief. So exquisite it was nearly pain. What? Washed through me at the sound of her voice. I sucked in a breath through my teeth and did not mind the accompanying burn in my throat. I almost welcomed it. Masochism.
She struggled to sit up, but I was not ready to release her. It felt somehow safer, better at least having her tucked into my side.
Misogyny. Okay, let's see. Be careful, I warned her. I think you hit your head pretty hard.
What kind of voice was that?
Whoa! The child!
The child! Yes, we must eat the child!
There was no smell of fresh blood. Mercy that. But this did not rule out internal damage. You've given her a concussion.
How could he smell her blood before, but he can't now?
No, I think it's just the smell of her.
Oh. Pervert.
And he...
Granted, it's not as weird as the explanation for why they aren't in any way enticed by the smell of period blood. Because the fact that when you get down to it, technically speaking, that'd be the freshest blood of all. Not necessarily the cleanest, because that also includes jettisoned uterine lining as well as mucus.
So what you're saying, they don't like period blood unless it's filtered. Got it.
Well, the explanation given by Stephenie Meyer is that it's dead blood. Which it's
no,
not.
It's not.
It's not.
There's no such thing. That must be the Mormon thing or whatever, right? Maybe? Or whatever you said she was.
That's probably part of the Mormon influence.
Yeah.
Okay. I was abruptly anxious to get her to Carlisle in a full complement of radiology equipment.
Ow, she said, her tone comically shocked as she realized I was right about her head.
Ow.
That's what I thought. Relief made it funny to me. Made me almost giddy.
How when her voice trailed off, her eyelids fluttered. How did you get over here so fast?
The relief turned sour. The humor vanished. She had noticed too much. Well, time to kill her.
You know what would make me care a lot more? If any of these characters had any personality to them. Do they have any hobbies? No. Do they have any aspirations? Not really. Just
hobbies. There. I mean, if you count drinking blood as a hobby, then maybe.
That's not a hobby, you fuck.
For them, maybe it is.
It's like saying that Christian Grey's quote-unquote BDSM is a hobby. It's not. Now I'm just flashing back to that one video I put in the chat. I think we should give Christian Grey a hobby. So I vote we give him a train hobby. You know, he has the sex dungeon, and then right next to that is the train room. It's just full of model trains.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That video is amazing.
I need to
paints all of his trains.
I zoned out. What? Trains?
Did you watch that one video I put into the chat a while back?
Probably not.
The 50 Shades script doctor?
No.
Oh, God. That video is kind of amazing.
I just imagine he has one electronic model Thomas the Tank Engine train.
Oh, he's got that custom track and it's just rolling around the room.
Now what we need is a big central charismatic villain. Now I don't want to change too much, but I recommend Bane.
Tom Hardy's Bane or Luchador Bane?
There was a picture of Tom Hardy's Bane.
Okay, so Tom Hardy's Bane then.
Not Luchador
Dang
Bane.
it, why did they ruin his character in that movie?
I mean, honestly, the only thing that really ruined it was the fact that he was someone else's lackey.
Yeah, no, that was the thing.
But that wasn't a very good movie to begin with anyway.
True. I don't know. I think Tom Hardy did a really good job in that movie, though.
So I think we should make Jose a werewolf. That would give a nice supernatural angle to flesh out the world a bit more. Which, that's a joke that completely, balances on the fact that it was originally Twilight fan fiction, and Jose is literally supposed to be the Jacob Black equivalent. Which, as I joked last time, apparently just has to do with the fact that E.L. James seems to think that Native Americans and Mexicans are the same thing.
Yeah, no. That's.
I mean, they're native to Mexico.
They're also the result of, like, conquistadors having sex with Native Americans. So it's technically a different race.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there are still some authentic ones running around, like how we have those like little Native American places sprawled about. You know what I mean?
Interestingly enough, is part of the reason why like Hispanics have the highest chance outside of white people of not being lactose intolerant.
Because of Spanish conquistadors?
Yeah, because the whole thing is that Europe had like a water plague way back when, and so so what happened is people started resorting to drinking cow's milk. Thing is that people that happened to have a mutation that gave them an extra lactase gene ended up
probably survive.
Yeah, faring better because of it, and so that just caused the majority of Europeans to be able to digest lactose in their adulthood.
Well, the other places really haven't been worrying about that.
Yeah, basically. Which is why for the majority of people around the world, they're lactose intolerant.
That sucks. I like drinking milk.
I mean, it doesn't change the fact that some of those people still, like, eat ice cream and stuff like that. It just means that it has a high chance of upsetting their stomach later.
Yeah,
kind of like,
or giving them gas.
Kind of like some of the people who have not as bad celiac disease can still eat gluten, but it just messes up their stomach a lot.
Yeah, so they just end up like having a bad case of gas afterwards. Which that's always the funny thing with like lactose intolerant people. They tend to be like, who gives a shit? Sure, I'll feel like shit a bit later, but I'm still gonna have this cheese. Shit, where were we?
I don't remember.
Who said that she had noticed too much line?
I think I said that one.
Okay.
So where am I? How in the...
Now that it had appeared.
Now that it appeared that the girl was in decent shape, the anxiety for my family became severe. Oh my gosh, Edward's thinking too hard about this. Everyone's going to be focused on the car, so yes, he's going to look like he appeared out of thin air, but that's because they thought he sprinted over to her. And there are parents who can lift up a car when their baby's stuck under it, so he can just use that as an excuse.
People probably would have just assumed an adrenaline rush situation.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. He just had a rush of adrenaline to save somebody. Like, the whole school would probably be like, damn, Edward, you're actually pretty cool. You just saved somebody's fucking life.
You're not a complete and total boring loser with no personality.
Wait,
you're not that weird guy who just sits in the corner and stares at everyone.
Angrily.
I just imagine someone says that, then Edward's like, y'all thought that about me? And just is like really hurt by that fact.
Actually, we don't think about you.
Yeah, it was just... Like, that was the first... We haven't talked to you we haven't thought about you in, like, 3 years, like, when you first got here.
It was like, oh, hey, new person. Anyway.
New person, he's a bit weird. Whatever.
Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
Oh, hey, they're an attractive person who doesn't talk to anybody. Okay.
Oh, so they're better than us. Fine, that's fine.
I don't think most people would think, oh, you're better. Oh, you think you're better than me. I think they just wouldn't give a shit.
True.
I was standing right next to you, Bella. I knew from experience that if I was confident as I lied, it would make the questioner less sure of the truth. Well, yes, obviously.
Amazing.
Let's state the obvious, but make it seem like it's some wise thing because of the fact that I've had almost 100 years of experience.
No, he shouldn't even say he was next to her. He should have said he was close enough to run to her. Like, he should have gone with the adrenaline rush story.
Yeah.
She struggled.
I don't know, I fucking panicked.
She struggled to move again, and this time I allowed it. This time I allowed it. Okay.
Creeped out.
I needed to breathe so that I could play my role correctly. I needed space from her warm-blooded heat so that it would not combine with her scent to overwhelm me. I slid away from her as far as was possible in the small space between the wrecked vehicles.
Hoot.
Wrecked vehicles. She stared up at me and I stared back.
Creepy.
Yeah. To look away first was a mistake only an incompetent liar would make, and I was not an incompetent liar. Yes, you fucking are!
Again, I think looking away from someone who's staring at you is normal. Because, hey, you're making me uncomfortable.
It's just kind of like, you sure you're okay? Just like, kind of like get closer, see if they have a concussion maybe, but like, just staring at her awkwardly like this is like trying to assert some like dominance to like make her stay quiet.
T-pose!
He just T-poses on top of her. He falls down because he's, hovering
Ice.
over her. He launches himself into the air because he has to straighten his legs out.
No, because he has to straighten his arms out and there's no room between the cars.
Oh my gosh, it's just like turns into like one of those 3D models in a game that are like kind of glitched into something so they start freaking out.
No clipping through the cars.
Just then you just start hearing the sound.
Hey kids, do you like dead memes and dick jokes? Well, do I have a series for you?
My expression was smooth. Bengen. It seemed to confuse her.
Benign!
Yeah, it's benign. It looks like whatever you said, but
it's Bengen.
no, it's
No, I'm not gonna read that line again, so just skip me.
okay. Bennigan's is a good restaurant.
Ben and Jerry's.
Llytic, I think it's your line.
Again, it's the whole thing. Like, of course she'd be confused because you just said something like that. Now you're staring at her intensely.
I just imagine like he widens his eyes ever so like his head and just stands up straight
like if you're making a point of staring at them, like forcing yourself to stare at them, then they're going to be even more suspicious than if your eyes darted away from their eyes while they stared at you.
Yeah. Well, he's a teenager, guys. So let's cut him some slack here.
That'd make even more sense that he doesn't want to stare at people.
I really want to write 2 books side by side. One if it's from the perspective from somebody like Edward who thinks everyone's an idiot who thinks about him.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is like either a friend of his or like maybe the girl that for some reason falls in love with him. And it's just the entire story from the perspective of a normal person who's just like,
what is wrong with this person?
Really, he's a bit weird, kind of quirky, but he's cute. He's good enough.
Here's the thing, though. You'd have to put a lot more effort in than this writer did and actually give the characters personality, hobbies, interests, shit like that.
Yeah.
Make them characters.
Make me care about them.
Did this happen in the original Twilight too? Were they just blank slates like this?
Yes. Basically, Bella has no real interests or hobbies. She just exists.
And Edward just has superpowers, pretty much?
Yeah, Edward's just this weird, controlling, manipulative dude. And Jacob is only considered as a viable love interest once he becomes a jealous, obnoxious asshat.
Really?
Yes.
So
because remember, kids, if someone gets upset about you talking to other people potentially in your dating pool, they're the one for you. No, they fucking aren't. Jealousy is not a good trait in a partner.
Yeah, kind of seeing why people didn't like the Twilight series, and I'm starting to dislike it rather than just
the main
bandwagon
reason
alone.
why people didn't like it was the fact that it was marketed towards teenage girls. It's the same reason why why people were so angrily against stuff like One Direction and Justin Bieber. It had nothing to do with anything actually being said. It was just its target demographic.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Let's make a boy band, but like not a boy band.
But they're all the cute one.
Yes!
So
It's just a bunch of...
So K-pop is what you're saying.
Yes.
We're making American K-pop! Hey, but they're all the cute one!
So K-pop.
But not pop. They're gonna be like Never
Metal.
mind. Pop's actually what everyone likes. Oh my
Make
gosh.
him a metal
Male
band.
equivalent of it's like a male equivalent of baby metal,
Yes.
the Japanese metal idol group.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
But that means we're gonna need like one really huge buff girl, or just one girl who looks like a man. If we want to go with that kind of thing, tomboy. We need a tomboy, a big buff tomboy.
I was about to say, wait, are we thinking the same group? Because
Baby metal, I thought was that thing where that dude's in a dress, like
no,
in a maid outfit.
that's a different group. That's a different group. I don't think that group's around anymore, actually.
Then what's baby metal?
Baby metal is basically like this goth Lolita group that does like metal songs.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of a completely different group.
Yeah,
What?
you're thinking Lady Baby.
Lady Baby, yeah. They both have baby.
Yeah, because it's I think it's Lady Baby, or is Lady Baby one of the songs?
It is.
Oh, it's Lady Baby. Yeah.
Baby, yeah.
Japanese kawaii metal musical group consisting of aspiring photographic models as well as Lady Beard, the bearded cross-dressing persona of Australian male professional wrestler Richard McGarry.
No fucking way. He's an Australian wrestler.
Yes.
This fucking lad.
I mean,
And
I
they
want to
were
check them out now based on that alone.
I think it says that they were only around between 2016 and 2017.
Lady Beard got kicked out, or he's a former member of Lady Baby. That's what it is.
Did he get kicked out?
I don't know if he got kicked out, but like he's not in the group anymore. That's what it is.
Oh. Well, like, also known as, they apparently started back in 2013. And they added some new members, apparently.
Amazing
and then
how
the big
many
Australian guy got kicked out.
amazing how
kinda
many groups don't quite make the cut and then just kind of disappear.
They had too much personality for an idol group.
There we go.
No, we need them to all have the same personality, the naive virgin, because that's what sells tickets.
Really? Or are you just making something up?
I mean, that's more or less the whole
That's
thing. Like, idols aren't
basically-
allowed to actually date. And if they are dating, they have to keep it secret so that they can keep selling the illusion that they are available.
That's dumb.
Yes, it is. It's basically
And
just
dangerous.
a situation of turning people into, like a commodity.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's dangerous. There have been cases at, like, handshake events and shit like that of, like, there was, like, a notable one of, like, some crazed fan pulling out a handsaw.
That's kind
like
of
I think
scary.
people try to poison them in Korea too, or something like that. I heard.
Yeah, there have been a couple weird cases in Korea. I remember there being one where, like, one of the guy groups was sent a letter written in a fan's menstrual blood and like covered in her pubic hair.
Oh, good lord.
It was fucking weird.
That. I
Yeah.
could have gone my whole life without learning that information.
The accident scene was surrounded now. Mostly students, children, peering and pushing through the cracks to see if any mangled bodies were visible.
No, if there was a mangled body, they'd be screaming and taking pictures. But that's besides the point. This was before all that too, wasn't that?
I'm trying to
Kind of. It was like at the start of that, probably.
Twilight. Not pudding.
What?
2005.
Yep. Definitely before all the social media.
Okay, you know what's kind of amazing though? The book cover. I mean, oh shit, didn't want to save it.
Good lord, they made that. Twilight was written 14 years ago.
Yes.
Excuse me while I have an existential crisis.
This anime-ass book cover.
Oh yeah.
That's the one that pops up first. That popped
Pardon?
up next to the location.
Isn't that the cover for the Twilight manga though?
Yeah, art and adaptation by Young Kim.
Why is it an
Graphic-
anime manga thing?
I don't know, so that they can include the Bishi Sparkle.
Well, they do have a Bible manga, so why not Twilight as well?
What?
Yep, they have a manga Bible.
Manga Bible.
Look it up if you don't believe me.
That's amazing. I'm about to read the manga Bible, dude.
If memory serves, it looks like Jesus' beard was just painted on.
It really does. It's kind
looks
of
like
Have
he's
you actually
12.
seen Jesus, or have you actually seen only pictures of him?
I've seen the pictures in the manga Bible. I don't know why it exists. It was in an article on Cracked.
Is it like complete? Is it the full Bible?
I don't know.
I think it's just like select stories from the New Testament, like parables and such.
I don't know why people decide that this shit needs to exist, but...
Yeah.
There was a babble of shouting and a gush of shocked thought. I scanned the thoughts once to make sure there were no suspicions yet, and then tuned it out and concentrated only on the girl.
Because she's all that matters, apparently.
Despite the fact that I think very little of her as a person.
Yeah, because she's the main character. That's her personality trait right there.
Main character, Kun.
Main character, Kun.
She was distracted by the bedlam. She glanced around, her expression still stunned, and tried to get to her feet.
I put my hand lightly on her shoulder to hold her down. Bitch! Nani!
Nani the fuck?
Dude, she needs to go to the nurse! She hit her head on the ground! Oi!
Just stay put for now. She seemed alright, but
No!
she was slowly losing consciousness. I could see the light flicker in her eyes.
She's bleeding out, guys.
But should she really be moving her neck? Well, I mean, owl. She
could turn her head 180 degrees.
Head
She
turned
looks-
sideways to better tune into the sounds around her.
She looks fine. I don't think she should be moving her neck.
Again, I wish for Carlisle. My years of theoretical medical study were no match for his centuries of hands-on medical practice.
Ah, yes, she needed a good leech, and she'd be good to go.
Just like, he pulls out a leech like from out of his pants. Here you go. You'll
It
be fine.
immediately freezes to death.
But it's cold, she objected.
Yes,
So
you
am
just
I,
killed the
bitch.
leech.
She just eats the leech.
That's the whole thing. Is like you've got her out in the freezing cold. You should probably take her inside.
She had almost been crushed to death two distinct times and crippled one more. And it was the cold that worried her.
Yes, because the cold can be the difference between life or death when you've nearly been hit by a car. Her heart is probably beating at a faster rate, which means more blood is getting to the surface of her skin, cooling it down faster, therefore increasing her chances of hypothermia.
You have medical knowledge! Boy! He should know this! A chuckle slid through my teeth before I could remember that the situation was not funny.
Meanwhile, I'm thinking about this. Except Bella rather than Fred.
Heard you talking shit?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, God. Bella blinked, and then her eyes focused on my face. You were over there.
Oh!
No, I wasn't. That's your imagination, stupid.
Are you Batman? No.
That's exactly what I was quoting. Or trying to imitate.
See, it
poorly.
says here in my diary. I went around being... Oh,
Turn pages quickly. That sobered me again.
Boneless wings?
No.
What?
Bella blinked, and then her eye. Nope. She glanced toward the south, though there was nothing to see now but the crumpled side of the van. You were by your car.
No, I wasn't.
I saw you, she insisted. Her voice was childlike when she was being stubborn. Her chin jutted out.
Yes, infantilize the character. That's totally great.
Is it my line?
Yes.
Bella, I was standing with you, and I pulled you away. Bitch! Nope!
I'm just imagining a parallel universe in which Bella had a spine. Bitch!
She's like, bitch, don't fucking lie to me.
Just like fucking knife hands pointing to him. Bitch! You are not! Your fucking ass was over there!
Parallel universe, she becomes a vampire hunter.
Honestly, I probably would have been okay with most stories if the main female lead in any of these had more of a spine.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why, out of all the military school series, the one that I tended to tolerate more was Freezing, and that was because the main female lead in that was completely and totally willing to wreck shit. Oh, my classmates are possessed by this horrific thing? Well, might as well just chop their arms and legs off so they can't attack me.
What the fuck?
I'm not killing them.
That's awesome.
Do they get their arms and legs back?
Yeah, it turns out the thing that they were possessed with was causing them to regenerate that.
Huh. Okay.
How convenient.
I was less a fan of her backstory, though, because, of course, strong female character, her backstory needs to include sexual assault. Fuck off.
What if her dad was just in the military and she's like, fuck you, I want to be like dad. I'm gonna shoot all the bad guys with my big ass gun.
Because I totally would have been okay if it was just she has anger management problems. That'd be totally cool. I'd be totally okay with that being the reason behind it.
She's
that's
just
the
like,
whole
literally,
reason why
fuck
she-
you.
Yeah, that's like her temper is also the reason why she has no friends, because of course Japan, therefore, if you're a woman that isn't all nice and cordial, you're apparently an outcast, which fuck off.
To be fair, if she was really loud, I'd be kind of scared of her too.
Scaroused.
I'm
Scaroused.
scaroused. I'm gonna be.
No, but for real though, really loud people, I don't like to hang around them. It's just not fun for me.
It was less loud and more the fact that she didn't take shit from people, so when people started shit, she quickly put an end to it by kicking their ass.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to piss. I like people I could joke around with, and if I can't joke around with her, it's not fun.
There's a difference between someone joking around with someone and calling someone and just going around calling someone an asshole.
I kind of
And
do that with
acting
my
like
friends.
And acting like you're better than them. Is the whole thing. People were all acting high and mighty with her, and she was not having any of it. Like, oh, you want to try that shit? I'll put you in your fucking place.
So last episode you were complaining about anime, and now you're just kind of talking good about it.
I'm talking about stuff that I enjoy, and that's typically the stuff that I see less often. Like a female character with an actual backbone.
Yeah, I really hate how there's no more spines in anime anymore. Some of the girls can't even move. They're just vegetables. Get it? Because they don't have a spine?
I get it now that you explain it to me.
Shit.
The joke, or me down here. The joke, right over my head.
R/whoosh. I stared deeply into her wide eyes, trying to will her into accepting my version, the only rational version of this on the table.
So she's trying to. What was the Vampire Diaries thing they're talking about? What's that ability called? I don't remember. Her jaw.
Vampire Diaries, another series better than Twilight.
What I've seen of it, I actually kind of enjoyed, despite a lot of it being drama.
Same with Being Human.
I haven't seen that one.
The American version is really fucking good. Because there's the original British version, which went further and further into weird sci-fi, and then there's the American version, which kept it more grounded and centered on the main cast, which included a Jewish werewolf
That's amazing.
A vampire and a ghost all living together in the same house.
Okay, that sounds amazing. I'm going to have to look this up at some point in time and watch it.
It used to be on Sci-Fi Channel.
I wonder if
That's
it's on
not
Netflix.
sci-fi.
Oh, a lot of,
Supernatural.
well, sci-fi and supernatural kind of have overlap depending on how you look at it. Hell, a lot of stuff that's just called science fiction is more science fantasy than anything else because of the fact that science fiction has specific themes that go along with it, having to do with humanity's relationship to technology and such.
Yeah.
Whereas if it keeps talking about shit like Destiny, then it's not science fiction, it's science fantasy, because you're taking fantasy tropes instead of science fiction ones.
Wait, Destiny the game or Destiny the thing?
Destiny the concept.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the word I was
Science
looking for.
fiction, inspired by the game Destiny.
Oh, you have to pay more for the rest of the story.
Hey,
The next chapter costs as much as the game itself.
just Destiny had so much potential and it fell flat.
Big oof.
When there's actual free games that do better, that are better set up than that, like fucking Warframe's better than Destiny, and that shit's free.
Warframe. I think I've
It's on
heard of it.
Steam.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably why I haven't played it. Did I read my line?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Her jaw set. No.
No.
Hoot.
Hoot. I tried to stay calm, not to panic. Fuck! I screamed before I disappeared in the blink of an eye.
I really hated the fact that I used such vulgar language in front of a woman. I kid you not, that was one of the things that happened in the previous session.
Oh yeah.
I let a word that I usually don't that I don't typically say around ladies out of my mouth in this moment of panic. Fuck off.
Girls curse too, dude.
Our viewing audience is roughly 50% women. So, on behalf of all those women, fuck.
I mean, two people is a 50-50, so. I tried to stay calm, not to panic. If only I could keep her quiet for a few moments to give me a chance to destroy the evidence.
Crack.
Breaks her neck.
Only owl, so it just succeeds in turning her head around.
That reminds me of this one picture I had. Hold on, I'm gonna send something on my phone.
I think I know which one it is.
Yeah, you might, but I don't know if Zane has seen it, and I have it as my phone background because it's amazing. All right, hang on.
I just have Moo Hut's Devil Joe as mine.
Yeah. Where is it? Dang, here it is. That's a ways back. I can't believe it was that long ago. Okay, there we go. It should pop up here in a minute.
Hotline Miami got really weird.
The funny thing is, this tiger, the tiger in the picture is dressed like Hitman.
Agent 47, you mean?
Yeah, the guy.
Well, my favorite character is Hitman.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
my favorite video game, man.
Okay, I've only played like 2 hours of the actual game, man. Cut me some slack here.
My favorite video game, man, is Hitman.
Fucking snapping the neck. Oh gosh.
The owl's just like, yep, nope.
Now we just gotta finish Zane's line.
Yeah, sorry.
Hold on.
Oh god.
That's amazing.
Also the Scarecrow.
Cue the song "Scarecrow" by My Chemical Romance. Probably my favorite song by them. Just saying.
Clearly, you haven't heard Planetary Go.
I've heard it. It's okay.
And undermine her story by disclosing her head injury.
The Hoot thing, I'm still just imagining. Like, fuck, what would the word for that be? Like, new. Like that kind of thing. What would the descriptor for that kind of attitude?
Petulant?
Hoots petulantly? I almost said dejected, but that's not quite the right word.
No. I think petulant works a little bit better in this situation.
Petulant hooting.
Hoot.
Ka. Damn it. All right.
Okay.
Shouldn't it be easy to keep this silent, secretive girl quiet? Only she would trust me for just for a few moments.
Where were we? Here we go. Please, Bella, I said, and my voice was too intense because I suddenly wanted her to trust me. Okay, creep. Wanted it badly, and not just in regards to this accident. A stupid desire. What sense would it make for her to trust me? Not very much, you freaking sociopath.
You're a sociopath.
You're a sociopath.
What?
That's from Adventure Time. That was one of the earlier seasons.
Why don't women like me? You're a sociopath.
Ooh, you're a sociopath.
Well, you know what you are? A big nerd.
Ice King still managed to be the best character in that series.
Well, he also got, like, that fucking tragic as all shit backstory.
Yes, Simon. I consider Simon and the Ice King two different characters, honestly.
Anyway, waiting.
Why? She asked, still defensive.
Trust me, I pleaded.
No, bitch.
Will you promise to explain everything to me later?
No.
Well, we're at an impasse.
It made me angry to have to lie to her again, when I so much wished that I could somehow deserve her trust, so I answered her. It was a retort.
Fine.
Fine.
She echoed in the same tone.
Fine. Fine.
Fine. Fine.
Why do you have so many bird girl pictures?
Because they cute as shit, that's why.
I mean, he's not wrong.
While the rescue attempt began around us, adults arriving, authorities called, sirens in the distance, I tried to ignore the girl and get my priorities in the right order. I searched through every mind in the lot. The witnesses and the latecomers spoke, but I could find nothing dangerous. Many were surprised to see me here beside Bella, but all concluded, as there was no other possible conclusion, that they had just not noticed me standing by the girl before the accident.
Or maybe you'd sprinted your ass there.
He's too dumb.
Everyone's too dumb.
I think he's not too dumb, just too arrogant and thinks he's smarter than he actually is.
You know, like the majority of people who... Damn it. There were so many directions I could take that one in.
Yeah, like people named Llytic.
Or people on 4chan.
Both are accurate.
Or people on Reddit.
Got him.
Or people on
the internet.
boards.
Yeah, people on the internet.
Well, you're both people on the internet.
Well, yeah, and I'm an arrogant bastard. Who cares?
She was the only one who didn't accept the easy explanation. Again,
because you gave her a stupid statement!
It would have made more sense to just say, I just kind of panicked and sprinted my ass over here.
My mind moved on its own.
My body moved without my mind telling it to.
That's how heroes are born.
Yeah,
That's
you
how
could have been the
heroes
cool
die.
guy, Edward. You could have been the hero of the high school. You would have gotten a medal. You would have been in the news. You would have been cool. A "You tried" sticker from your teachers.
You could have been voted the prom king.
Exactly.
Or the twerp king, if it was close to homecoming.
The what?
The twerp king. The homecoming queen, twerp king. Have you never heard of that?
No.
No.
Maybe it's just a small town Texas thing. I don't know. It's an actual term if you don't believe me, but
Oh, whatever.
Mhm.
Sure it is. Okay. Fuck, where are we?
She had been frightened, traumatized, I believe. For you.
Is it my line?
Yeah, you were reading, then we went off on another tangent.
She's been frightened, traumatized. Not to mention sustained the blow to the head. Possibly in shock. It would be acceptable for her story to be confused, wouldn't it? No one would give it much credence above so many other spectators.
I winced when I caught the thoughts of Rosalie, Jasper, and Emmett just arriving on the... There would be hell to pay for this tonight.
How dare you save that person?
I wanted to iron out the indentation my shoulders had made against the tanned car, but the girl was too close. I'd have to wait till she was distracted. How the fuck are you going to iron it out?
Is it weird that my immediate thought is that one video where someone gets a dent out of their car using a dildo?
What?
Like the suction cup into the dildo. They just like affix that to the dent of their car and then pull it and it pops the dent out.
Okay, then.
There's enough suction on a dildo, but then again, if you got to keep that in place when you use it, it actually makes sense.
Exactly.
All right, then. Imagine like these super strong vampires giving a hand job and they accidentally squeeze too hard.
I'm imagining that one coven that does go around fucking humans probably doesn't get on top as often. Be a good way to shatter your pelvis.
Yeah.
Shit. Whose line?
It's Zane's line. Or your line. There we go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Naughty.
He said the iron out indentation thing.
Sorry! I'm playing Soul Calibur.
You're playing Soul Calibur. Zane's fishing.
Fuck, I need to open Soul Calibur up again.
It's probably gonna require an update, just so you know.
It was frustrating to wait, so many eyes on me as the humans struggled with the van, trying to pull it away from us. It might have helped just to speed the process. I might have helped them just to speed the process, but I was already in enough trouble and the girl had sharp eyes. Stabbing me. Shivving me with her face.
Just the eyes stretch out like a badass FM video and stab someone and impales them.
Just imagine a scene from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Where the guy's eyes turn into knives. And when I killed you, brother, I ducked just like this.
Oh my gosh.
Finally, they were able to shift it far enough away for the EMTs to get to us with their stretchers.
A familiar...
EMT slipped and dropped her on the ground.
God damn it!
Now she has a concussion, and she forgot the whole incident.
She has double concussion now.
2 for the price of 1.
A familiar grizzled face appraised me. Zane?
I forgot where I was. Help. Where am I? I went.
Last paragraph of the page.
Hey, Edward. Brett Warner said he was also a registered nurse, and I knew him well from the hospital. It was a stroke of luck, and the only luck today that he was the first through to us. In his thoughts, he was noting that I looked alert and calm. You okay, kid?
Did you say nurse?
Did I?
I swear you pronounced nurse weird. I don't know if it was on purpose or not.
He said nurse. I think he was being silly. I don't know. But...
I don't know if it was on purpose or not.
It
was an accident.
Okay.
I was like, if that was on purpose, that was fucking hilarious. Perfect, Brett. Nothing touched me, but I'm afraid Bella here might have a concussion. She really hit her head when I yanked her out of the way.
Brett turned his attention to the girl, who doesn't have a name, who shot me a fierce look of betrayal. Oh, that was right. She was the quiet martyr. She'd prefer to suffer in silence. That's a personality trait, right?
Just imagining, like, I'm just remembering the only part of Rosario plus Vampire that kind of aggravated me, and that was the fact that all the characters seem to have a martyrdom complex. No, I don't want you to get involved. Let me go it alone. God damn it, work together.
It makes things easier.
Granted, they did work together against the final enemy in the series.
Well, that's good. Nothing brings people together than like a common enemy trying to kill you.
I do also love the fact that in one of the little omake things, like the writer was joking about the fact that they got in trouble with their editor for not making the series moe enough, and they just went, "How the fuck do I do moe?" And so, like, their joke was literally just like, for that part, everyone drawn with the exact same face.
That's funny.
You're not moe enough. How the fuck do I do that? Huh?
If memory serves, they just got told to do a harem series, and so they had no idea what the fuck they were doing.
So they're just kind of just like, well,
let's try this, I guess.
And they ended up with a harem series that I actually did enjoy.
Isn't Rosario X Vampire the thing with that one girl that like has the ice powers?
Yeah, it has the Yuki Onna in it.
Yeah, and she's like
absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, I think I remember watching that too.
The manga's better for the most part because of the fact that after the second season, the anime goes off on its own series and just becomes a generic harem series.
Don't they meet the parents in the second season too? I think, or
yeah. I don't watch the anime.
Makes sense. Where the fuck were we again?
She did page 63. She did not contradict.
She did not contradict my story immediately, though, and this made me feel easier.
Yeah, says this woman knew her place.
She then proceeded to like tell the nurse immediately, because I remembered that I can't actually read her mind.
She just wasn't thinking about it.
He can't even read her mind like that, remember?
Yeah. I just didn't realize she was thinking about it. The next EMT tried to insist that I allow myself to be treated, but it wasn't too difficult to dissuade him. I promised I would let my father examine me. Nepotism. And he let it go. With most humans, speaking with cool assurance was all that was needed. Gee, it's almost like it's completely obvious that if you act as though what you're doing is completely normal, people just fucking accept it.
Yeah. I mean, he's standing and clearly Bella's the one who needs... God fucking damn it, I hate this man!
I mean, that makes three of us, probably.
He's so fucking stupid!
He really is! Oh, god damn.
But you have to remember, he's what the author thinks is smart.
The characters can only be as smart as the author is, and that's why I don't write genius characters unless you are a genius.
Is it weird I like writing characters that are just preppy bitches?
No, it's not weird. I like writing silent, stoic warrior characters. Everyone has their own kind of character they like to write.
It depends on on how you're portraying the character as to whether or not the way they act is okay or not.
No, my characters are actual assholes. They should not be acting this way. Nobody likes them.
Sometimes terrible people are fun characters to write, but not like obnoxiously terrible, but like intentionally trying to make them terrible, which is part of why Bakugo in My Hero Academia is one of my favorite characters in that series.
It also has kind of a redemption of sort, and you can honestly understand why he's so much of an asshole.
Just a little bit, but yeah, he's pretty cool. I like him. He's not cool. I just really
the
like
absolutely weak, the complete and total weakling that you absolutely cannot stand is suddenly teamed up with your hero.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then you find out that he's actually been chosen to take up his mantle. It's like, wow, I hate you more and more as every day passes. It's like you can kind of get Bakugo's mentality.
Yeah, it's It's cool how they start reaching more of an understanding as the series goes along, though.
But even though they reach an understanding, Bakugo still hates him, partially because he understands him.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's Bakugo. I think just hates everything.
He's really angry, and he clearly gets it from his mom.
Yeah, probably.
Honestly, my favorite thing is that one thing where someone took a screenshot of Bakugo and his mom together, and then they put directly under it a picture of two Pomeranians.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome!
A big Pomeranian and a small Pomeranian. I'm fuck! It's basically.
I mean, it works.
God. Let's see. Most humans, just not the girl, of course. Did she fit into any of the normal patterns? No, because she has to be special.
No, because she's the main character.
That's what I just said. She has to be special because then the people that are portraying them, that are imprinting themselves over the character, can think that they too are special because they think that they're different from everyone else because they don't have the same interests.
As they put a neck brace on her, and her face flushed scarlet with embarrassment, I used the moment of distraction to quietly rearrange the shape of the dent in the tan car with the back of my foot. Only my siblings noticed what I was doing, and I heard Emmett's mental promise to catch anything I missed.
I could just hear, thunk really loud on the car. Everyone just kind of looks over. The fuck are you doing?
You don't see anything.
You saw nothing.
I just imagine.
How is he fucking fixing this?
I just imagine. Just screeching across the metal ever so slightly. Everyone stops. They turn away. It starts up again.
It's not explaining any of it. It's just saying, I rearranged the shape of the dent to get rid of it so that you couldn't tell my shoulders were there. When I don't think anyone would think anything of the fact that there's a dent in a car that crashed into a truck.
It'd be like, well, that looks like a weird shape, but this is just a crime scene. They're not gonna call the,
That could have just been as a result of the plating buckling as it hit another truck.
Yeah. You know what it is? He's never seen a car before. Give him some slack.
He's just dumb.
Yeah.
Very, very dumb.
Yep. Is it my turn? Have I just guessed you're doing nothing?
I think so, yeah. Grateful for his help.
Grateful for his help, the more grateful that Emmett, at least, had already forgiven my dangerous choice, so I was more relaxed as I climbed into the front seat of the ambulance next to Brett.
The piece of Chalif arrived before they had gotten Bella into the back of the ambulance.
Did you just say piece of Chalif?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking.
It's a Phalus reference.
Okay. Though Bella's father's thoughts were past words, the panic and concern emanating out of the man's mind drowned out just about every other thought in the wordless anxiety and guilt. A great swell of them washed out of him as he saw his only daughter on the gurney.
Mustache Dad, no!
Hold on. Washed out of him and through me, echoing and growing stronger. When Alice had warned me that killing Charlie Swan's daughter would kill him too, she had not been exaggerating.
Mustache Dad, don't be sad. My head bowed with that guilt as I listened to his panic voice.
Bella! He shouted.
Bella! I'm completely fine, Char, Dad. She sighed. There's nothing wrong with me. Looks over at Edward. Why are you here if you're fine?
Are you in the front seat?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Her assurance barely soothed his dread. He turned at once to the closest EMT and demanded more information.
I wasn't until... Oh, I think it's supposed to be...
That's the second grammatical error we found in a rough draft.
I found a few more. I actually have a count somewhere here. Anyway, it wasn't until
So it might be sentence structure that you don't tend to use.
No, it's not. It's not that. There were a
Yeah,
couple
Matt.
places where there were some words that were supposed to be other words, and like kind of like this here, minor things like not a big deal, especially for a rough draft. This is very, very well edited.
It's better written than the majority of things we've read.
It's better written than just about everything we've read.
We're not
It
going
was-
to finish
So
this,
weirdly
by the
enough,
way.
I can think of a 1D fan fiction that's weirdly enough better written.
Hmm.
It's a 1D fan fiction that takes place in the universe of the Purge.
Huh.
I'm
Interesting.
not kidding. There's a lot of those.
That's
Does One Direction get like kidnapped or something, or do they do crazy shit?
There's a lot of them that are like weird, creepy kidnapping / dubious consent ones, but the one that I know of that I honestly do want to read is weirdly enough where like the writer's fantasy isn't to like go out with the members of One Direction, but instead to save them from getting shot.
well. That's
I kid
that's
you
nice.
not, like, for the most part, there's no actual like romantic stuff at all. It's just like, okay, you asshats, listen up. I'm gonna get you guys out of this situation.
I'm
That
your
sounds
new
like a-
manager.
That sounds like a fun read, honestly.
It's like, wow, this teenage girl actually has an interesting fantasy.
Alrighty. Quick thing. Do we want to finish up this page and call it quits for the session?
God.
It's been about an
Yeah,
hour.
probably. We're not going to finish it. It's like 70-something pages. We have to read like 10 more pages.
Ugh, okay, yeah. It wasn't until I heard him speaking, forming perfectly coherent sentences despite his panic, that I realized that his anxiety and concern were not wordless. I just could not hear the exact words. Oh.
Charlie Swan was not as silent as his daughter, but I could see where she got it from.
Charlie Swan's just an absent-minded idiot who decides to try and microwave a jar of tomato sauce.
What?
I mean, if you're trying to paint the microwave red, that's a good idea.
I think it had the lid on.
This lad.
Huh.
Okay.
Phone was. Sorry, I don't know why that
No.
stuck in my head.
No. That meme's too dead even for here. That meme was
Really?
dead on arrival.
Is Burger King foot lettuce dead?
Depends.
Oh, that video. I totally forgot that existed until you just brought it up, so I'd say so.
Number 13.
Burger King,
Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you'd expect to find in your Burger King burger. Someone else's foot fungus. His shoes are still on, but that might be even worse. You creator of a fucking terrible "How dare you not also be in love with me" song. Fucking hell. Fucking hate those songs are a thing. I've never spent so much time around the town's police chief. I'd always taken him for a man of slow thought.
Oh my gosh, shut the fuck up, Edward.
Now I realize that I was the one who was slow.
I mean, at least he admits it.
His thoughts were partially concealed, not absent.
Oh, so he got sort of Bella's powers, kinda?
Like a nerfed version, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Alice could only see one half of his body. Her visions is just like the top half. No, it's the right side.
The other
I
side.
can't tell what he's doing with his left hand.
He's like sitting down, like holding something. What is he holding?
It's a coffee mug. Come on.
Oh. I could only make out the tenor, the tone of them.
I wanted to listen harder to see if I could find in this new lesser puzzle the key to the girl's secrets. But Bella was loaded into the back by then, and the ambulance was on its way. Wow, that's fast first responder service, honestly.
Yes.
It's hard to turn
Especially
myself.
with the fact that there's ice out. I mean, nowadays, the thing that would get there fastest would be the Uber.
Gotta Uber to the hospital, boys.
It'd also be cheaper.
Oh, for sure.
If I'm in a fucking life-threatening situation, don't call a fucking ambulance. Call me an Uber. I'll get there faster and cheaper.
Uh,
Yeah, that.
Boop. It was hard to tear myself away from the possible solution to the mystery that had come to obsess me, but I had to think now, to look at what had been done today from every angle. I had to listen to make sure I had not put us all in so much danger that we would leave immediately. Brain!
How do I brain?
My brain hurts right now.
how do I English? I know not.
English hard.
Brain over.
So much. Brain that we would have to leave immediately. I had to concentrate.
There we go.
I'm just imagining with the fact that he can only hear Charlie's emotion. Like he tries to listen in on Bella's mom and just the thoughts, none of the emotion behind.
Just like text to speech.
Yeah, he listens in and it's like her fucking mind, like her thoughts are being read out by Siri.
I think I will go to that new restaurant today for lunch.
Whereas he listens to Charlie, it's happy, sad. Oh god, there was nothing in the thoughts of the EMTs to worry me. As far as they could tell, there was nothing seriously wrong with the girl, and Bella was sticking to the story I provided thus far.
How would you know?
Because she hadn't told them.
Oh yeah, I guess they would know.
The first priority when we reached the hospital was to see Carlisle. I hurried through I almost said atomic doors. the automatic doors, but I was unable to totally forgo watching after Bella. I kept an eye on her through the paramedics' thoughts.
I'm just imagining him power walking to the front door of the hospital.
Yeah, no, that could be pretty fun. Funny, that's the word I was looking for.
Funny joke. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yes.
It was easy.
It was easy to find my father. He was in his small office, all alone. Second stroke of luck in this luckless day.
Daddy!
Is that where you're
Carlisle.
going? Okay.
We just kept calling him Daddy, all of us.
Oh, we really did.
Dad!
No, it was very much in a sexual connotation. Oh no, Daddy's upset.
I mean, maybe for you, but like...
No, it was a very sexual daddy.
He'd heard my
Don't make Daddy get the handcuffs.
He'd heard my approach, and he was alarmed as soon as he saw my face. He jumped to his feet, his face paling to bone white.
He jumped to his feet.
He leaned forward across the neatly organized walnut desk.
Edward, you piece of shit.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Sorry, Daddy.
Stop it!
Daddy.
Dad. Okay, Dad.
Thank you, Daddy.
Okay, Dad.
Daddy.